morning, welcome back to the vlog. I'm so excited because we're going book shopping, if you couldn't already tell. It's been a while since I did like a big book shopping haul. I usually try to be pretty conscious of like how many books that I'm buying, and I have like a whole rule of like how many unread books I can have at a time. So I did a book shopping vlog in the summer and I did one in the fall, and today we're going back to Barnes and we're gonna get a couple of books. Nothing crazy, but I'm excited. For some reason, I really like to read just like literary fiction or like just regular fiction in January. I literally don't know why. There's no reasoning. I just like to start off January and February with like regular fiction books. And then I feel like summer is romance and then the fall is thrillers. I don't know. That just makes sense in my head. Like in 2024, my first read was The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And then in 2023, my first read was The Midnight Library. Loved both of those, 5 stars to both of those. And then this year, my first read was My Dark Vanessa, which I already gave my review and everything. Loved that book. It was wild, but loved that. So that's kind of the vibes that I go for in January and February. Like I said, I'm only gonna get a couple of books. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not doing like a 10 book haul. That's wild. I'll probably do like 3 or 4. I do have a list of some books that I want to buy in the near future. The Nightingale, The Secret History, Carrie Soto, Anxious People, To Kill a Mockingbird. I also really want to read Margot's Got Money Issues, Yellowface, The Most, Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors. So we'll see. We have some options. I'm really excited to see what Barnes has. We're going to a good old suburban big Barnes, not one of the new ones with like the new upgrades and the warehouse feel. So enough yapping, let's go. First stop is obviously coffee of some sort. I don't know if I want Starbucks or Dunkin', and I don't know if I want actual coffee or if I want a matcha, and I also don't know if I want it hot or cold. I have some decisions to make. It's the Libra in me that cannot make decisions. I ended up with some Dunkin'. I just got an iced matcha with oat milk and vanilla. Their matcha is so sweet. It's also very like, I don't know, like grainy, powdery today and always, but it's so good, so sweet, probably so bad for you. Let's see. When I tell you, it tastes like vanilla ice cream. I know I've said this before, but it's so good. Yum. I also got my go-to since literally like middle school, an egg and cheese croissant. I'm vegetarian if you didn't know, but I think you all know this. Egg and cheese croissant, and I have to make them double cook the egg because sometimes it's just not cooked all the way. So I'm going to devour this in a minute, but I almost forgot to tell you guys about my new jewelry that I got just in time for Valentine's Day. You maybe have already noticed, but I have these super cute heart earrings on, and I'm trying to find it. My necklace is also a heart, and I'm obsessed. They're both from Ana Luisa, and I know I've talked about Ana Luisa many times before. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm actually wearing all these other necklaces are also from Ana Luisa, and then my bracelets, I've got this one, and I think I have 2 on this arm. I've had some of these for like a few months now, and I wear them pretty much anytime I leave the house. The way that they have been holding up, I have no complaints. They look so good. We know Valentine's Day is coming up. If you need to treat somebody special in your life or just treat yourself, I would say, why not? Now's the time. Ana Luisa has so many good options right now. A lot, as you've seen, is heart themed, like these earrings and this necklace that I got. My earrings are the Wesley earrings, and then my necklace is the Lev necklace, the smaller size. Everything from Ana Luisa has a 2-year warranty. They come in the cutest packaging. They're all long lasting, hypoallergenic, water resistant. Like I said, a 2-year warranty. They're tarnish free. Pieces start at $30, so there are a lot of options for us girlies on a budget. And their shipping is also free and very, very fast. So while I'm over here literally all decked out in Ana Luisa, please go to their website. Everything will be linked in the description box, and find something special for yourself or for your loved ones for Valentine's Day. The options are so cute and you won't regret it. I know I'll probably be back on their website in a couple months for some more goodies. Anyway, yum. Let's go to Barnes. at Barnes. However, one of the books that like I really wanted, it said they had it. Even when I asked them to find it, they were like, oh yeah, like it looks like we have it, let's go look for it. And the girl that was helping me couldn't find it. And then I go to checkout and I knew that they should have it. And the girl who was checking me out, she was like, oh, that's kind of weird. At first she was like, you know, trying to look out for her coworker and be like, oh, if they couldn't find it, like we probably don't have it. Or it might be, you know, like in somebody's hand or shelved wrong or blah, blah, blah. But then she looked it up and she was like, oh, that's weird. Like knowing that they should have it. But I was just like, whatever. It's probably cheaper at Target anyway. So luckily I did have to make a return at Target. So we're gonna go to Target and they should have it there and then we'll be done. Okay, let's do a little book haul. I say little because, like I said, I didn't do anything insane. I think I said the goal was like 3 or 4 books, and that is exactly what I did. I got 4 books, and then yesterday I had dinner with one of my best friends, and we struggled to have our Christmas dinner where we exchanged gifts until last night. So January 25th, Merry Christmas, and she got me one of these books. So I have 5 books here to add to my TBR at home. My little TBR basket is going to be overflowing, so I really need to get to it. Okay, the first book that I got is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. I've been wanting to read this pretty much all of 2024, but I was kind of waiting for it to come out in paperback, and it just did in January. So obviously this was the first book that I picked up. It is about, I don't like to read the full summary. If you know, you know. I just kind of like to be surprised a little bit. But from what I know, it is about 2 authors. I think one is like more popular than the other, but then one day she like randomly like chokes on something and dies, and the other author like takes whatever story she was working on and like, I don't know if she finishes it or it was already finished, but she like takes it as her own. It looks like it's actually pretty short. Oh no, like 345. Really excited to read this. Been wanting to read it all year. I think it did just come out in 2024, maybe 2023. Very excited to read this. Like I said, a lot of literary fiction. I think that's what I would call this. Maybe I would be wrong, but then I got, I think this was the second book I picked up. It's called The Most by Jessica Anthony, author of Enter the Aardvark. I don't know, I've never heard Jessica Anthony before, but I did see this book at a bookstore in the fall, I think when I got Cleo and Frank, but also Barnes & Noble. It's their monthly pick, whatever that means. This says 2024. It's a very short, less than 200 pages, 133. So we will fly through this one. Also, I think the cover is beautiful. It is an unseasonably warm Sunday in November 1957. College tennis champion turned Delaware housewife decides not to join her handsome husband Virgil and their 2 young boys at church. And then she goes in the swimming pool and like refuses to come out of the swimming pool. I don't know. I think this is probably going to be really weird, but I don't know why this like got to the top of my want to buy list in the fall. So I got it. We'll see. The last book at Barnes that I got was Carrie Soto's Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've read the other ones that are kind of in this like interconnected. I don't even know if you would call them interconnected, but they kind of are because some of the characters like show up in the other ones. Like I said, I read 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. That was my first book of 2024. And then right after that I read Daisy Jones and the Six. And then in the summer I read Malibu Rising. They're all around the same time period and like characters show up very briefly. Like one of 7 husbands was the dad in Malibu Rising, and then the daughter in Malibu Rising, her husband cheats on her with Carrie Soto. And I forget how Daisy Jones gets into this too, but Carrie Soto is a tennis player, and I honestly had no desire to read this until I read Malibu Rising, and then I was like, oh, I need to learn more about Carrie Soto. She's a tennis player and everyone thinks she's crazy, and she kind of is crazy, but obviously she has her reasons, so we'll find out about her reasons when I read that. This was the one that I know they had it at Barnes, but the girl couldn't find it, but she honestly wasn't trying that hard, but you know, it's fine. We all have our moments, and I'm actually glad that I went to Target to get this because it was only $10 at Target, and at Barnes it would have been $18. So this is Secret History by Donna Tartt, and I think this actually kind of falls into like a mystery, I think. I really don't know. What year is this from? It's looking like 1992. Under the influence of a charismatic classics professor, a group of clever, eccentric misfits at a New England college discover a way of thought and what? Why can't I read? Their search for the transcendent leads them down a dangerous path beyond human constructed reality. So I think like somebody ends up dead or somebody kills somebody, and it's kind of a mystery, but it's also, I think this might also fall in, what do you call it? Dark academia. Like this is all over Pinterest connected to dark academia, I'm pretty sure. How long is this one? Oh my gosh. This has fooled me. This is over 500 pages. Wow. Okay, but New England, so maybe I need to read this very soon since I'm going to Boston in 2 weeks. But I really did want this one. This one was like a must for this weekend shopping. This one, a yellow face, top 2. And then when I went to dinner last night, like I said, my friend got me If Only I Had Told Her by, I don't even know the author, Laura Nowlin. And if you didn't already know, I'm currently reading the first one, If He Had Been With Me, on my Kindle. So when I saw that she got me that, I was like, wow, perfect timing, because maybe once I finish it, I can just start this immediately. We shall see. But so these are the 5 books that I'm adding to my physical TBR. I do have a bunch of books on my Kindle that I want to read. Of course, I can't think of them right now. I still want to read Cleo and Frank. I have it here. I started it, but then I like needed something different, so I switched it up. I also have Addie LaRue. I really need to read that. I also have Come and Get It by Kylie Reed, Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. And then on my Kindle, I have some things at the library that will be delivered very soon. Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell, Disclaimer by Renee Knight. So a lot of thrillers, because I think in the fall is when I put my name on like the hold list for these books, and they're just now becoming available. Anyway, so I have a lot of books that I'm trying to get to. Kind of need to pick up the pace so I can get through all these. On Goodreads for 2025, for my reading goal, I put 50 books, I think, because this past year, in 2024, I put 25 books, and I think I read like 35 or something like that. So I thought, why not bump it up to 50? Because I was not reading as fast as I am now at the first half of the year. Like I probably read 5 books total from January to June, and then like 30 throughout the rest of the year. I also have a bunch of memoirs that I'm listening to. Through the Libby app, I always like put them on hold, and then that's how I get my memoirs in. I just listen to them. I've decided I don't want to read them anymore. I just want to listen, especially if they're read by the author. And then since I listen to a memoir and then read like my fiction books, I can do 2 books at a time, and that also helps with my Goodreads reading goal. Currently reading J.C. Dugard's A Stolen Life, wild. Then I have Kamala Harris's on here, will be delivered soon. I have Crying in H Mart, will be delivered soon. Sociopath, I heard, is a good one. Know My Name by Chanel Miller, really want to read that. The Third Gilmore Girl, Keke Palmer's, Lisa Marie Presley. So I have a lot of memoirs that are coming up, and those are my favorite, as long as they're good. The Barack Obama, I was reading Barack Obama last week, or listening to it, and it's 29 hours long. It's really good, but he goes into so much detail that it's 29 hours long, and it was due back to library, so I got like 41% in, and then they had to take it back, so now I'm on hold for another like 7 weeks until I can get it. Anyway, I got a nice new stack of books to add to my TBR. This was great. Very excited with everything that I got. Very productive. Can cross some things off my list. I don't know what I'm gonna read next, because I've been wanting to read Yellowface. Curious Soto I feel like will be quick, and we'll just finish up the like little interconnected thing that I've got going on, so I won't have to like be curious what happens. Secret History also, like, now's the perfect time to read it, but then the most is also so short that like I could just fly through it. I don't know. But that is that. Short and sweet. Also, don't forget to treat yourself or your mom or your sister or your friend or somebody you love to some beautiful jewelry from Ana Luisa for Valentine's Day. It's the perfect time. Like I said, I'm obsessed with everything from them, and I got compliments yesterday when I was at the bookstore actually. But thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.